What is going on, Maximum fans out there? We have some Maximum football news. Yes, some actual news. They put out a blog that went into detail about the ratings in Maximum football, and the title was 7 Things to Know About Ratings in Maximum Football. And the blog started out by saying, whether you are a sim player, spectate your games, or full control on the field, player ratings matter. In Maximum Football, each player has 42 different attributes that roll up into their overall rating. Here are the 7 things you need to know about ratings in Maximum Football. And the first thing that they got into right here was all ratings will roll into 7 high-level categories that will give you a quick look at the player's strengths and weaknesses. And they have a little picture here below, shows guy's speed, acceleration, his determination, strength, jumping, stamina, agility, discipline, and injury resistance. And it goes on to say that each player in Maximum Football has 7 category ratings that are the aggregate score of individual ratings underneath of it. So all of these scores actually average out to give the player out of his core skills of what he is. These categories are their respective ratings. They include, and right here I just went over them with the core speed and all that. As far as passing goes by a passing IQ, release speed, so on and so forth. So you kind of get the idea. So players are actually behaving like they should, not like in other games where it really doesn't seem like the ratings matter. Which brings us to the next thing that they went over in this blog, which is point number 2, and it's discipline ratings affect the consistency of your player's performance on the field. And this is something that seems like that everybody always talks about in Madden, to where most of the time it's just the CPU glitching out. But in Maximum Football, you can see here what it states is, even if a player is talented, it doesn't mean that they are going to play each down equally well. The discipline rating helps to capture this reality. The higher a player's discipline rating is, the more consistently they will play and the less mistakes they will make. Now, to go hand in hand with that, I hope that they have these things that let you know that it's the player not playing consistently, just not some weird wacky thing like, where the coverage is just broken. But it's nice to know that they have this extra layer in the game. So that brings us to point 3, run blocking and pass blocking explained. Says that offensive linemen in Maximum Football have a number of different ratings that impact their abilities. Run blocking, pass blocking are 2 of these. High run block rating allows the linemen to turn defenders more effectively and push them back more effectively, creating running lanes. This is a good thing to know. That's big thing with power running game. It's the lineman actually being able to turn the defender like they stated to create running lanes. Now, as far as passing goes, the higher pass block rating impact the lineman's ability to maintain a clean pocket and pick up blitzing defenders. Low pass blocking rating will allow the opposing defenders to push the lineman back into the pocket. And from what I've seen of how they are developing their offensive and defensive line play, once they clean it up and get it looking fluid and smooth, this should be a good thing. I really hope that these linemen have logic, and like I always state, it's just not pixels following line art. Now, I'm not going to go over everything that's in this blog and this video because it would be rather long. It's not that long of a read. I'll put a link to the blog in the description of this video. But I found this one very interesting, which is number 5. The 3 different IQ ratings impact the player's decision-making ability. Think of IQ as a more specific awareness rating. I really like that. Impacting how well players make position-specific decisions. That's very important. That right there lets me know that they are coding in actual logic of how these guys are supposed to play their position. Passing IQ determines how well QBs read and respond to different pass coverages and who they decide to throw the ball to. Run IQ affects how well the running back sees the field and decides what hole to hit. The higher the defensive IQ allows a player to make better decisions in zone coverage and when deciding whether to play the pass or run post snap. So what I like about this, it really makes you decide who's going to be on the field. You might have somebody with high overalls in specific areas like speed, agility, but if they have a low IQ, that means they're going to be prone to making a lot more mistakes. So you might take a more mid guy that's going to play more consistently. And this is something that lines up very well with how you actually coach a football game. Sometimes the best athletes aren't on the field. You have the guys that can play the most consistent game at a consistent level without making mistakes over just an athlete with a low football IQ. So I'm not going to go into the rest of it. There's really not too much more of it. They go over some stuff about the different ratings for zone coverage and deep zone coverage. And make sure you check out the blog. I know that Maximum Luke has been streaming on Twitch, so whenever you get a chance, make sure you go over there, check him out. Whenever he's streaming the game, there he gives a lot of good information. I think he had a stream earlier today. I was at work. I'm just finishing up this video now. I wanted it out last night, but I'm blabbering. But anyhow, until next time, it's been Smokin' Jay, and I will see you either in the ring or on the field.